Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 43 of Direwolf20's Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode series, where I'm currently working on auto-crafting molecular assemblers. Now, do we have sheet metal in here? I don't think we already have sheet metal in here. Do we have sheet metal? No. So making a molecular assembler is a lot of work. Like, holy cow. You need quartz glass, you need formation cores, and iron sheet metal, and like, normally in the center it's not that crazy, but it's a crafter tier 3 with analog crafters and redstone gears, and you know, crafter tier 2s and crafter tier 1s, all of which need analog crafters in the machine block, and we need some polished stone. You know, we could go the vacuum tube or this route, but that would require automating electron tubes and sturdy casings, which I'm not in the mood to do. Technically a little less resource-wise, but not terrible. Not terrible. Because while that gets you 3 machine blocks, this gets you 1, and frankly, that's not a really hard craft, right? I mean, it's a little bit, but it's not terrible. So, I wanted to set all this up in here because I'm running out of molecular assembler space, and I'm ready to set up like that upside-down Christmas tree design that I usually just Google AE2 tree crafter something, and then I find a picture of it, and I'm like, all right, that's how you make them. I forgot. And I need a bunch of molecular assemblers, so I'm like, yeah, let's auto-craft those, and then I'm like, wow, that's a lot of steps. It's a real lot of steps. So much so, in fact, that I'm not sure that we have enough space to actually make that happen. So what I might need to do is like take a few things out of here. Like you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And I'll put you guys in here, which are all needed for the auto-crafting stuff. And then these guys can be stored temporarily in some kind of chest. And we'll put them back in an auto-crafting sequence later. With that said, I should be able to get the... I want to say I need 10. Let me look at my reference picture real quick that I have on my second monitor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. 12 in total, and I've already got 1. We're gonna cannibalize the existing thing because it's inefficient. So I basically need 11 more of these. So we need a lot more wood and some more sticks. Do you know how to craft sticks? I mean, I would hope that you do, but maybe you don't. Yeah, no, you don't. Haha, look at you, not knowing how to craft sticks. Direwolf, please. Hey, go in there. Thank you. All right, and then you into there, and we're cool. We just need more wood, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. Why is this such a mess over here? I forget why this is this way. How'd you do? Wow, you've got 64 stacks of wood. Good job, you. Haha. That's right. That's right. I have to figure out why that thing loses power every time I put a large amount of items. I'm guessing it's some kind of like power transfer ability, just not so good enough, but shouldn't be too hard to fix. I think we throw some of the applied energistics batteries in there, and we should be fine. That said, we should be good for molecular assemblers times 11 now. No crafting CPUs are available. Wow, that's a lot of crafting bytes. So let's do like 5 of them at a time. Yeah, it should be fine. And I can request another 5 as well at a time. Three at a time? Yeah, it should be good. We're gonna need, you know... Now there's no crafting CPUs available, which makes sense because we're using the 2 that we have at the moment. So it shouldn't be too bad to get, you know, all that stuff crafted. So we're gonna need 3 more in total. That shouldn't be bad. Let's prepare for what this is gonna be. So like I do want to rearrange some of the wiring of this area. I haven't decided how I want to rearrange the wiring of this area, but I know I want to do it. So with that in mind, you know, I'm gonna have to rewire this place at some point in the future. That goes without saying. And if you guys want to submit basement plans and screenshots, be my guest. I'm gonna need a larger area, so like designate in your tweet at me or however you're submitting it, you know, what the size of the area is for the basement, and maybe I'll live in a nice basement. But my basements are always kind of like, here's a place to hide things that I don't need to see and interact with every day. And that's kind of like how I operate basements, right? So do I want to have a sub basement for all my auto crafting thingies, or do I want to put it up here for now and we'll move it later? Like, how's that going to work? I'm not entirely sure. But what I'll probably do is, are you done auto crafting? Not yet. Wow, you have a lot of work to do. Like a real lot. Holy cow, you have a lot of crafting tables to make. And that makes sense, because we really do have a lot of analog crafters that need to be made there. But, I mean, it'll get there. It'll get there. And to be fair, everything's like connected to one molecular assembler. Once we do what we're about to do, there'll be multiple molecular assemblers connected to each interface, which means that we'll have faster auto crafting. It's a pretty efficient design. At least I think so. It's one I've used many times in the past. So let's be prepared. So I want to move. I want this thing to be like not really in the middle of my basement, but I'm like struggling to find a better place for it. I'd like maybe it can kind of sit here-ish still, right? And it'll come off this wire. And what we'll do is this wire will still be these guys, and we're going to move this interface like up against this wall maybe. And any IC2 auto crafting that needs to happen can go here. I think that'll be a good way to do it. I don't know if there's much else by way of auto crafting from IC2 that we need, but we'll find that out. So let's let this thing finish its tasks. I'm gonna request 3 more of these, and we'll be right back. Cool. All right, so I think we've got this thing pretty much set up. So what we're gonna do is, now that that's removed, we can move some of this over. I'm gonna try to be less dire wiry, but I mean, initially I probably won't be, because I'm still at this point a little bit low on resources, to the point where I can't be perfectly not dire wire. But we will do our best for now, and then we'll deal with it later as time comes to do things a little bit betterly. Do not have one of those dudes in there, so are you cool to accept this form of power? No explosion, so that's a good sign. You can pop right up there with these 3 recipes in you. Cool. And then we can get this cabling like so. All right, nice. So we will definitely be improving this later, right? Like, I know I always say like that we'll make it better later thing, and I'm gonna try to, because I've been trying really hard to do good things, regardless of what Warx says on Twitter. And what the plan here is, right, will be to make this pretty cool. So hopefully, so I think I can do like here. Let's see how this works out. Maybe I want you here. Now I don't want any connections on this thing, but basically what we want is where this comes down, we want, this might not be the right amount of space for this. That's the problem, is I don't want to touch those wires over there. What I might want to do is put this into the floor. That might be cool. What if I ran you like straight down into the floor? Would that be the worst thing in the world? So what we want, ultimately the size of this thing is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7. So if I got out my destruction gadget here, and it's 1, 2, 3, let's say 4, let's say maybe even 5 layers deep, right? Let's go down 1, 2. and clear it out there. How's that sound? Does that sound reasonable? Blood lamp sigil. And I'm not going to say like totally temporary, but like relatively temporary is the way I would describe this. We're out of smooth stone, aren't we? Not the end of the world. Hey, buddy. You do me a favor, don't auto-eject for a minute. Smooth stone! Alright, and you may auto-eject again. And that was easy. And ta-da, a perfect little room. So what we're going to do is bring the dents in here. And we're going to have this. Actually, I want this. I want to do this upside down from the way I think it's shown in the picture. I think, right? So from here, we're gonna have actually one more. That should be cool. I think this is correct. So basically, on all sides, we put these guys, and then also on the top. Okay, so that's the starting point of this design. Actually, because I'm flipping this, I decided to move this up one level. So we're going to do these guys all the way around here with these, and these, right? And then Creative Flight would be super useful right now. So that looks good, right? So our first pattern that we're going to lay out here is basically we're going to put our molecular assemblers, which I needed to make one more of, here and all the way around the edges. And you might be saying to yourself, wait, Dyer, half of these aren't turned on. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. And then outside that edge, right, all along the outer edge is that, okay? Now this is technically right here is gonna be, and I can fill this back in a sec, just to make it easier for me to get around. But then the underside, we basically wanna have 4 assemblers, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Let's clear this out a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So that's that side. And then down here, we're going to kind of duplicate that. So we're going to have, at least I thought we were. Did I do this wrong? I thought I did it right. Oh, you know what? I forgot about the 4 assemblers on the bottom layer. That's why. So I need to make 4 more assemblers. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll finish this piece of this build. So basically what we're going to need to do let's real quick put away junk we don't need for a sec, like you. Everything else I might need, so we're going to leave that. Now let's get all these guys put back where they belong. Alright, so I'll start with the top layer. I don't think it really matters where things go at this point. Oh, right. I mean, clearly it kind of matters. You get what I mean, though. Okay. And then this one can get this guy. And we can fill this all back in a sec. And this will actually be interacted with the interface terminal. All right, so with that done, I should be able to craft my remaining 4 that I need molecular assemblers. No crafting CPUs available for 4, so let's do 2 and 2. And we'll be right back. And you'll notice the benefit here is that we have multiple assemblers. So, like, this assembler can be used by any one of these 3, but like this one can use this assembler and the one that it's sitting on top of, right? So there's a lot of options for how things can craft. It's just a pretty efficient setup. The user who posted this was P75369. So that's the user who posted this thing. All right, so I made 4 more molecular assemblers. So they belong down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll notice our channel usage at the moment is 20. This will bring us up to 32, right? I have a few more than I need technically, but you'll see why. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then that should be 28, right? And then we have 4 more that basically, we're going to remove this connector. We have a molecular assembler here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be exactly 32 channels in use, right? So that's 32 interfaces times, what is it, 9 patterns? So that's how many pattern recipes we'll have access to. And lots of molecular doohickeys to do some crafting for us. So that's efficient. It's not, it's actually really efficient. It's great. I like it. It's a really efficient way to do things. And if we look in our interface terminal now, it's probably the very bottom one. Yeah. So I learned from Applied Energistics from playing this at one point. I forget when. Was it Applied Energistics that this was? But I think it searches from Y level top to Y level bottom for connected machines. So like these things are at the bottom because they're all the interfaces at the lowest Y level. Cool. So now we have a lot of room for auto crafting, which is good. All right, I think it's also time that we get ourselves a wireless access point. What do you guys think about that? I think that means we're going to need a security terminal, though. Don't we need a security terminal to make this thing happen? I think we do. So we need an engineering processor. We need an ME chest. It needs an ME terminal. All right, so we're going to want like 2 of you. Let's get 2 of these. Let's get... crafting CPUs are available. They should be soon. All the cool things. Once we have wireless access, then it's going to be even cooler, right? The other thing we need, though, is totally going to be... so wireless access point. Or no, we want the security guy first, right? So he's an important piece of this. Also, I should probably teach you 16Ks just because it'll be easier to craft this. And it might be nice to have at some point in the future. Right? So you get to work, would you? Well, that don't look too terrible. 3 are available. Sweet. Well, that was easy. So then the ME chest just needs an ME terminal. I need to stop using the wrong interface there. So then you just need an ME terminal, and then you need an engineering processor, which shouldn't be too bad to craft. And then we need the wireless. I'd like the wireless crafting terminal, if I may, right? Because that's always a good time. But we'll see. We'll see if I manage to be able to make one of those. At the very least, we want a wireless access terminal, but crafting terminals are just, you know, that much cooler. I'm hoping that they're not too crazy of a recipe. So for wireless terminal, we just need the dense energy cell, the ME terminal, and the receiver. So it doesn't look terrible. Yeah, we need more Certus, though. I think we're low on Certus. I don't think we have enough for this. And then for you, we need some Fluix pearls and 4 ME crafting terminals, which isn't a terrible recipe, to be fair. So I think it's all within reason, but we might be low on Certus, right? We only have 2 of those, which is a bummer. Quite the bummer. Maybe I go mining for a few minutes, real quick, off camera. All right, ironically, I found a little bit more charged Certus than I did actually find Certus. We even found a couple diamonds down there. And the main problem is that I forgot about food. I ate the last potato I had on me. Yeah. Let's do... Yeah, do we have any more potatoes? Not really. Wheat, though, we have, right? Yeah, so we could do something like... I think it's that. And get a stack of the baguettes from Actually Edition. That shouldn't be too bad. I like that plan. Alright, so that might be enough to get what we need to get. So pure Certus, we're going to definitely want like 30 more of you. So make that happen real quick. And while that's happening, let's get prepped for the wireless crafting terminal that we need to make. Right, so we need one of you. We need basically 8 of these things. Right? So we need 8 quartz and 32 Fluix dust. Are we cool on quartz glass or not really? Would that be an impossible task? Not too bad. We just need to wait for crafting CPUs for a sec. This guy should be almost done. Nice. And then you can get 32 of you. Luckily, that's a quick craft right there. Right? And now it just has to do the Fluix dust, which shouldn't be too bad. Except I think it's also working on quartz dust, yeah. But it still should be quick. I'd like to know why you seem like... Oh, right, you're not a... I should upgrade you to like a manufacturing plant or whatever it is. Cool. So we'll put you guys in there. Hopefully you don't store AE for my flux capacitors, but if you do, we'll figure it out. Cool. Those are the things that we're going to want to, like, put around to prevent that weird thing from happening, by the way, but we'll deal with it when we get a chance. So then you get turned into one of these with an ME terminal and a wireless doohickey. So we're going to need some more Fluix dust for sure. Cool. But we're definitely going to need more of these. I think we're going to need 4 total. So let's get those ready. So we're going to need some cores and some logic processors. So let's get like 10 of these, because I know we're going to need at least 4 for the thing we're about to make. Right? So for you, we need another one of these. And we should be good to make this now, at least, which is cool, right? And he's gonna get. I'm gonna put him away because I don't think the AE energy transfers, so I don't want to waste the power. Not that power is a problem for us, but you get the point, right? I don't want to waste it if I can avoid wasting it. And then to upgrade you, we need 4 ME crafting terminals, which basically needs 4 ME terminals. So we're gonna want. Are you done making those yet? You're working on it. I should get acceleration upgrades in them, but again, I need to go mining a little bit. I'm not dying for resources, but I'm not doing great either. So I need 4 you and 4 you, so that I can do 4 you, right? And then for the wireless crafting. What do you need to be upgraded to a crafting terminal? You need the calculation processor. We have 5 of those, so that's cool, actually. So I think we can get 4 crafting terminals, and then we need 4 more Fluix pearls. And we're almost there. We definitely have to get more ender pearls, by the way, because I think I'm really low on those. Yeah, we have like a handful left. We have 5 at the moment. Wonder if I could do something clever with ender lilies to get them growing quicker. I want to say maybe, but I know they have a hard limit on how much they can grow. So even if I did like some astral sorcery magic with ender lilies, I don't think they would grow that fast. But we can look into it. What are some options? So the phytogenic isolator is one way to do it. And that's about it. We could try, and I think it's been disabled, but we could try the cloche. Didn't we have a cloche? Got one around here somewhere. I thought I made one. Didn't I make a cloche somewhere for something? Yeah, it's a thermionic fabricator recipe, unless I needed it to do something, but no. So that must be right. So 3 of those, and 3 of those, and that guy is our wireless crafting terminal. Hooray! And now you're going to fill up with a bunch of AE power, which is fine. You can be connected... Where do I want to put you? Somewhere where you're not going to be a big nuisance. If I break that... Dire just so used to being able to fly everywhere. So you should be cool with a channel, right? And then in terms of a security dude, is that cool? And then I link this dude, and I can still interact with my system, right? Beautiful. Hey, look at that, guys. Wireless AE system. I love it. That is cool. That is super cool. I don't know where I want you to normally sit, but that is really super useful now. And by the way, baguettes should be good, and I like you to be sorted by number of items, because that's usually how I can tell how much stuff I have. Nice! Alright guys, so I am going to wrap up the episode here, I think. A few minutes early maybe, but I've got a bit of a sore throat. I don't know if you can tell throughout the episode. So I'm going to do some off-camera mining, for sure. I can probably put away things like you. And, well, I probably want my Sigil of the Blood Lamp, to be fair. But everything else we can not worry about having on us, right? So that's all pretty good. Let's come back next episode. How are we for quests? Because that's something I haven't really looked at in a while. But we did open the quest for nuclear craft, so that's an option, right? We did knock out, actually, additions. We have to get through RF tools. So let's do this, right? So because we have industrial 4 going, we can now get into RF tools. So how about next episode, we start progression again, right? We have to get into RF Tools machine blocks, right? Which require pink slime. Any range add-on, some dry rubber, which we're already collecting, the Tesla core lid, which we already got. Gold gears shouldn't be a problem. Heat vents don't look too terrible, right? We might need 2 more. How are we for channels down here? I think we'll be fine. It's really just space, but we'll probably need 2 more of these metal presses. One for gears and one for wires, and then we should be cool. I think we should be cool. Yeah. How terrible would it be to? Because I could just put it like straight here, right? And that should work in theory. I should be able to manage that. Yeah, we could have like 3 in a row, like boom, boom, right? And that should work. Yeah, I like that. All right, for now, Untitled signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time. More automation. We'll start further progression into RF tools with the purpose of getting into thermal, because that also unlocks some things like the digital miner and automated mining, and then I don't have to do this mining between episodes, and that would be great. All right, guys, take it easy.